Happening now, GOP is about to drop the hammer on Nellie Orr, by Amy Moreno for TruthFeedNews.com. Disgraced DOJ official Bruce Orr testified before Congress behind closed doors on his role in the Spygate scandal. His testimony, which many reports indicate was conflicting and flawed, has sparked a deeper interest in Orr's ties to the dirty dossier, Russia, and the FBI. In order to get more answers, Congress now plans to subpoena Orr's wife Nellie, who worked at Fusion GPS during the key time frame of the hashtag Spygate. Sarah Carter. Numerous congressional sources are telling SarahCarter.com that after Department of Justice official Bruce Orr's explosive closed-door testimony on Tuesday, lawmakers are gearing up to call his wife Nellie Orr in for questioning regarding her work with the now embattled research firm Fusion GPS. Congress is also seeking access to Bruce Orr's text messages and emails with top FBI officials. You know, that's going to get him. If they get those text messages and emails, that's going to sink him, and it's going to sink the Mueller witch hunt, and it's going to implicate that witch Hillary. Fusion GPS was founded by former Wall Street Journal reporter Glenn Simpson and hired by the DNC and Hillary Clinton campaign. Let's just be real here. Glenn Simpson was hired by Hillary Clinton to investigate alleged ties between President Donald Trump's campaign and Russia. And let's leave out the DNC and the campaign. We're past that now at this point in time. Nellie Orr, a Russia expert who was hired by Fusion GPS, who Hillary paid, in 2016 to investigate the Trump campaign, received multiple large sum payments from the research firm, according to a U.S. official with direct knowledge of the payments. And you remember Jim Jordan when Catherine Herridge asked him in the hallway when she, before Orr was supposed to go in and testify, she asked him, did he benefit financially from this, or his wife? And you saw Jim Jordan laughing. I don't know yet, but he was laughing. Of course, that was the whole thing. He couldn't come out and say it. Of course, that's the case. The payments from Hillary Clinton were made through her law firm, Perkins Coie or Coy, whatever you want to pronounce it. Doesn't make a difference, which represented both clients. The research firm also hired former British spy Christopher Steele, who was friends with the Orrs and who compiled the now infamous and unverified anti-Trump dossier. Like a pile of crap, any kind of crap you put in that dossier, and you go get a FISA warrant for that. Total setup. Steele was not only paid by Fusion GPS for his work, but according to documents obtained by Judicial Watch, he was also being paid by the FBI from January 1st, 2016 to November 1st, 2016. In other words, now the FBI paid him for almost a year here. Almost a year, okay? On an unverified dossier. So they're spending our taxpayer dollars on this phony dossier here, right? And you know it wasn't cheap. The U.S. official did not disclose the amount. Of course not, because everybody would be in an uproar. The U.S. official did not disclose the amount of money paid to Bruce Orr's wife through Simpson's law firm, but said it was not chump change. That much I can say. Without me even reading that second line, what did I tell you? How much money? You see? There you have it. The Washington Post first published in 2017 that the DNC, actually Hillary Clinton, paid for the research firm service to investigate because the FBI and the DOJ was all in Hillary's pocket. She paid the firm firm's service to investigate the alleged Trump campaign ties with Russia. According to the Post, here it is again, the Clinton campaign paid. No, Hillary Clinton paid through the campaign using campaign funds, the law firm $5.6 million in legal fees from June of 2015 to December 2016, according to campaign finance records. Why take it out? Let the idiots that were supporting Bernie Sanders pay for it. You get it? Hillary Clinton paid to get into the DNC, to get the nomination there, to take full control of the DNC. Meanwhile, people thought they were supporting Bernie Sanders, so why not? Hillary takes that money and pays for the dossier, $5.6 million in legal fees from June 2015 to December 2016, according to campaign finance records. On top of that, Hillary paid Perkins Coie through the campaign contributions, $3.6 million to the attorneys, which labeled in their disclosures as legal and compliance consulting. It's almost $10 million, which was labeled in their disclosures as legal and compliance consultation since November 2015. So far, Congress has not disclosed the exact amount that Fusion GPS or those involved received for the research. Of course not, because Congress is compromised by those IT workers, if you recall. You get it? Lawmakers are also seeking all communications, texts, and emails between Bruce Ohr and top officials at the FBI. During Ohr's testimony, he disclosed that he was communicating with former Deputy Director Andy McCabe there, former FBI Attorney Lisa Page, and former FBI Special Agent Peter Strzok, which was confirmed by Ohr's handwritten notes obtained by lawmakers as first reported by this outlet. McCabe was fired from his role at the FBI earlier this year by Attorney General Sessions. Because Sessions had to fire him. He was put under the microscope. He had to get rid of him after it was discovered by the DOJ Inspector General Michael Horowitz that he leaked information to the media and lied multiple times to investigators. Page left the FBI earlier this year, and her lover, Strzok, was fired by the new FBI Deputy Director, David L. Bodwich, earlier this month. Bruce Ohr's testimony before Congress highlighted the need for further interviews with key players that were involved in the back-channel negotiations between Fusion GPS, Christopher Steele, and the FBI, and Hillary Clinton. Why is that not stated? We have a separate article saying Hillary Clinton, Christopher Steele, and Bruce Ohr back channel through the FBI. You see how they're not allowed to mention that witch's name? A couple of days ago, when was that report out? That back channel report. It was Hillary Clinton, Christopher Steele, and Bruce Ohr, the back channel to the FBI. So Representative Mark Meadows told SarahACarter.com and this is a conservative channel, mind you, right? And we're not getting the total information here. Sometimes we get it, sometimes we don't. A particular concern will be direct testimony from Nellie Ohr, as well as communications between Bruce Ohr and other FBI and DOJ officials, much of which formal requests for those documents have already been made. Of particular concern will be direct testimony from Nellie Orr, as well as communications between Bruce Orr and other FBI and DOJ officials. They were all in on it. We already know, because we're not drinking the Kool-Aid here. Meadows, who has already spoken to the Justice Department officials, said he expects that the DOJ will be cooperating, cooperative following Orr's deposition Tuesday. Conversations with the Department of Justice following the Bruce Orr interview have indicated a new willingness to be transparent in a couple of key areas, Meadows added. According to several congressional officials who spoke to this outlet, Orr's testimony shed light on previous testimony given by Page and other FBI officials who appeared to have downplayed or omitted their working relationship with Orr. Yeah, they downplayed it because they were afraid, but Lisa Page came out and told them everything because she didn't want to wind up in prison. As for Nellie Orr, there was serious concern among congressional members that her husband, Bruce Orr, did not disclose his wife's work with Fusion GPS to the DOJ, which they said is a conflict of interest and raises serious legal questions. They failed to mention how much money she got. They didn't disclose that either. They didn't disclose how much she got. Fox News, Bruce Orr didn't disclose that either. Fox News legal analyst Greg Jarrett recently published a column that listed the possible legal violations Bruce Orr could encounter for failing to disclose to the DOJ his wife's payment. That's what I meant. His wife's payments from Fusion GPS, as well as his failure to inform the DOJ of his wife's work. Since his wife worked for Fusion GPS and contributed to the dossier, the relationship presented a disqualifying conflict of interest for Orr. He was legally obligated under Justice Department regulations to recuse himself from any investigation in which his wife was involved and getting paid for. Oh, why didn't he follow Jeff Sessions' rules? Why didn't he do that? He could have done that, recuse himself. Yeah, because he was making out like a bandit also. Or did not seek a waiver of the conflict of interest. Instead, he omitted this information. Upon joining the Justice Department, he had signed an agreement stating that he would be fired for violating its rules. That's standard procedure. Inexplicably, he was not terminated. You see, standard procedure, and he was not terminated, which only reinforces the impression that impropriety and concealment continued at the highest levels of the department. You think? Not only did Bruce Orr fail to disclose that Fusion GPS was paying his wife, but it appears he did not fully report the nature of the work performed in financial disclosure reports as required under the Justice Department regulations. Willfully filing a false government report constitutes a crime under federal law, specifically 8 U.S.C. United States Code 1001. Yeah, but I'd like to know what's the penalty, what's the punishment for just that. For just that alone, what the penalty is. They failed to mention that. But you see what's going on? And you notice they don't mention Hillary Clinton directly, and they don't mention the back channel with Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton was getting updates through the FBI from Christopher Steele, Bruce Orr, and actually the FBI channel, so to speak. Hillary, Bruce Orr, and Christopher Steele. She was getting updates through the phone number at the FBI. You see what I'm saying? That back channel. It's so obvious at this point. I don't see why we should waste our money investigating. Just lock them up. They're all guilty. Guilty as sin. Why are we delaying the inevitable? Put them away and start asking questions from Gitmo. Let them answer from let them out to answer the questions and put them back in, because they're already guilty of these just this alone that we're talking about. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and again, thank you so much for watching.